This week's unanimous Supreme Court decision to reject a bid limiting access to the abortion pill mifepristone was hailed by many advocacy groups across the nation as good news in the fight for reproductive rights. But women living in states with near total abortion bans say they increasingly fear being prosecuted by law enforcement in their states for using abortion medication obtained without a prescription. Joining me here in studio is NBC News correspondent Stephanie Gosk, who spoke with one Missouri woman about her harrowing experience self-managing her own abortion. This is a frightening story.
It is a frightening story. And, you know, while there are still issues being worked out at the Supreme Court, really the story of abortion right now in America is the story that's taking place in states like Missouri that have the strictest ban. I had this opportunity to meet Love Holt, who told me her personal story and how she used that story to become an activist for abortion rights in Missouri.
What did you feel comfortable telling the doctors in the emergency room?
My name.
That's it.
That's it. But I just kept saying over and over, don't die and don't say you took those pills.
Love Holt had taken the abortion pill after buying it online, even though there is a total abortion ban in her home state of Missouri. Already a single mom of 5, she worried going through another pregnancy would be too hard on her family.
I would have been putting myself and my children at risk for not being able to supply them with income and food and housing because my work schedule would be curbed.
Moments after taking the abortion pill at home, she says she knew something was wrong.
I was bleeding out quite a bit. And I kind of knew then, like, you're going to have to probably go to the hospital.
Holt eventually went to the emergency room, reluctantly.
I was in fear, honestly, that I was going to be carted away from my hospital bed to a jail cell. Had they found out.
Missouri's ban is one of the strictest in the country. No exceptions for rape or incest. Abortion is only legal to save the life of the mother.
Can a woman be arrested for getting an abortion?
Not in the state of Missouri.
Republican state legislator Nick Schroer co-authored the law.
Our statutes show that women in the state of Missouri will not be prosecuted. The only ones that could be held liable are the companies and the physicians that are partaking in this and basically preying upon women in these very sensitive times, I guess you could say.
Is your story something that you hear over and over again?
I'm sorry. I wish my story was an isolated incident. It saddens me to know that there's stories that are even more egregious than my story.
Fear of criminalization is not isolated to Missouri, according to the organization If, When, How, which provides legal assistance for abortion issues. In exclusive data shared with NBC News, calls to the If, When, How helpline spiked 875% after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade.
The impact of criminalization goes far beyond the numbers of people who are arrested. It is this much bigger question of people who are unable to get the care that they need because they're worried, they're confused about what the law is.
Do you think Black lives are at risk as a result of this overturning of Roe v. Wade?
100%. And legislators know it. We are the ones who don't have the resources to take a flight to a safe haven state and get an abortion.
Together with Abortion Action Missouri, she helped gather nearly 400,000 signatures so that a proposed state constitutional amendment guaranteeing abortion rights would be on the ballot this November.
What will you do if a majority of people in this state say, you know what, we want access to abortion?
That I will stand to protect life from womb to tomb.
We know what's at stake. We're excited to have this win that I know is coming in November, and it's going to be like the greatest pivot of all of our lives.
So the politics in Missouri are interesting and actually mirror